May I have everybody's attention? All right. It's about that time, everybody. So once again, my name is Greg Williams. I'm here with New York City Department of Veteran Services. Welcome to the 2021 New York City Mayoral Veterans Day Breakfast. We are going to begin the program in 5 minutes, hard time right now. If everybody can please take a seat. If you can't take a seat, there is a TV monitor right behind the press box. Please watch the monitor. We are beginning in 5 minutes. In addition, if you are in the VIP room, can you please make your way to the front row and take a seat? We are going to begin in 5 minutes. 9:09. Okay, everybody, those 5 minutes are up. So that we can start this event without a hitch, VIPs are going to be sitting in the front. Everybody else will be sitting behind. We cannot have any people standing in the middle row, so if everybody can please stand off to the side. We're about to begin the ceremony. Okay, also, if you are standing off to the side but want to watch what's going on, TV monitor is in the back. I would like to please ask everybody to silence your cell phone, as I am doing at this point in time. On behalf of New York City Department of Veterans Services, this is a very historic occasion, as this is our first event after COVID-19. Give yourself a warm round of applause. The person I'm about to bring to the stage is the one that leads our agency. As we endeavor to service the 210,000 veterans that live in New York City, not including all of those who are serving in uniform living around the city, he is the one that leads the charge. All of the services that we have to offer, whether it's claims, it's housing, whether it's simply informing a veteran, hey, you can get this job here. You can go get your medical benefits here. Because there are so many of them that are out there that are not privy to that information, and that is the work that we do at DVS. May I present to you, everybody, Commissioner, Lieutenant Colonel James Hendon.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this 2021 New York City Veterans Day breakfast. As was mentioned, my name is James Hendon. I serve as Commissioner for the New York City Department of Veterans Services. And to get this party started, I would ask that you please rise for the presentation of the colors by our Air Force Color Guard and stay standing for the national anthem to be sung by Air Force Staff Sergeant Melissa LaCour. Advance the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's give one more round of applause for our Air Force Color Guard and for Staff Sergeant LaCour. You're going to hear this over and over again today, everybody. Please be seated, by the way. Happy, 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 happy Veterans Day. I want to give honors and salutations to our distinguished guests. I want to start with our Gold Star families. That is those who are here who have lost a loved one, specifically a family member in combat service. Let's give our Gold Star family members a round of applause. Next up, our elected officials. New York City Council member and chair of the Veterans Committee, Eric Dinowitz. Also from the, y'all keep clapping, we don't keep clapping, there's a lot, we're going to go through it. Also from the council members Matthew Eugene and Yadanis Rodriguez and Eric Ulrich. From the New York State Assembly, Assembly members Khalil Anderson, Assembly member Kenneth Burgo, Assembly member Al Taylor, Assembly member Emily Gallagher, Assembly member Alicia Hindman, Assembly member Catherine Nolan, Assembly member David Weprin, Assembly member Stefani Zinnerman, Assembly member Linda Rosenthal. For Assembly, let's give a round for our Assembly reps who are here. And of course, on the state side, a New York State Senator, Robert Jackson, New York State Senator Leroy Comrie. Let's give a round for our state senators, everyone. For the borough of Manhattan, Gail Brewer, Manhattan Borough President. For the state of New York, our governor, our Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin. From the U.S. House of Representatives, Representatives Adriano Espaillat and Carolyn Maloney. And y'all know I'd be remiss if I didn't call out U.S. Representative retired and Korean War veteran, longtime chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, the Honorable Charlie Rangel, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Moving right along to our military leaders who are here. General Charles Quentin Brown, Chief of Staff, U.S. Air Force. You'll hear us say it multiple times today, but for those who don't know, the Air Force is the featured service today. Let's give our airmen a round of applause. Brigadier General Thomas T. Tickner, Commander, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, North Atlantic Division. Brigadier General George Rowell, Director of Communications, Headquarters, Marine Corps. Yep. And happy birthday, Marines. Y'all gonna hear that a lot too. Happy birthday, Marines. Captain Zeta Merchant, Commander, U.S. Coast Guard Sector, New York. Vice Admiral John Mustin, Chief of Navy Reserve, Office of the Chief of Naval Operations. And Master Sergeant Vanessa Fisher, Superintendent, Commandant's Action Group at the Expeditionary Operations School, United States Air Force Expeditionary Center. I want to make sure I also acknowledge our New York City Veterans Advisory Board and all of its members, including its chair, Black Veterans for Social Justice CEO, but also chairman of the Veterans Advisory Board, Wendy McClinton. Woo! And its secretary, co-CEO of Amerivet Securities, Mercedes Elias. Okay, so we did the elected, we've done the military. I want to talk about some of our veteran supporters right now. Y'all, we started with the Gold Stars. For our veteran supporters in the community, Anne-Marie Dougherty, Chief Executive Officer, Bob Woodruff Foundation. Along with Anne-Marie, you've got Todd Duser, her Chief Operating Officer from the Woodruff Foundation. And Kamal Kumdar, Associate Program Officer for Bob Woodruff. And we've got Craig Newmark from Newmark Philanthropies, but also board member, Bob Woodruff Foundation. Kim Gilmore, Senior Historian, History Channel. Adrian Guglielmo, partner, Griffin Holdings. J. Alexander Martin, co-founder of FUBU Clothing and a Navy veteran, y'all. Gary Amons, founder, Mu Beta Phi Military Fraternity Incorporated. John Ebamondi, CEO of BSE Global and the Brooklyn Nets. And then Dan Coben, CEO and President of AES NYC. Let's give a round to our veteran supporters. And also, I want to give a thank you to our community board members from across the city that are here today also. We've got various community board district managers, chairs. You all are the eyes and ears of our city. We thank you for joining us as well. Now, one last bit of acknowledgments. Y'all know the parade is later today. We need to call out the United War Veterans Council, organizers of today's Veterans Day Parade. Want to recognize Mark Otto, Executive Director of UWVC, and Nick Angione, Chairman of the Board for the United War Veterans Council, and our parade's Grand Marshal, retired Senior Master Sergeant, U.S. Air Force veteran and local hero, Kevin Carrick. Let's give them a round, please. And then, didn't that food taste good today? Did anybody, y'all enjoy some good eggs, some good bacon, some, good, I see somebody still chewing in the back right now. I want to acknowledge Designing Women Incorporated, Lula Grant and her staff for putting together this delicious meal. Give them a round. You got to clap for the food. Got to clap for the food. The musical entertainment, what is to come and what has already come. Rhythm and Blue from the Air Force Heritage of America Band. The melodic sounds you heard while you were kicking it before we started. Give them a round, y'all. And then what's coming up, you're going to hear soon from Noah Kahan, a singer and songwriter. So just want to recognize him now. And, just to close out this piece, because you pay the bills when you thank everybody, because so many people put this together. This is the largest Veterans Day breakfast we've ever had in this city. And a lot of people, including all who are here, are part and parcel in making this possible. I want to call out the team at the Mayor's Office of Special Projects and Community Events, and the team at my agency at DVS, the New York City Department of Veteran Services. Give yourselves a round for all those folks who, If you in DVS or MOSPE, put your hand up right now. Anybody. Let's give a crown for these folks behind the scenes, hustling. Thank you. And I have to acknowledge the gentleman who was the warm-up act before, Greg Williams, our manager for strategic communications, and Letitia Roussar, our Director of Constituent Services. Y'all, Letitia is the executive producer for everything that's going on right now. Let's give her a hand. Oh, my goodness. I almost forgot, y'all. The place looks beautiful, doesn't it? Doesn't this place look nice? This is the largest Veterans Day breakfast we've had. We needed a larger venue, and so we're here at Iron 23. And I want to thank Dan Koba, the owner of Iron 23, for allowing us to be in this site. Let's give them a hand for Iron 23, y'all. And we're talking about the place and how it looks good, but more importantly, you look good. I wish you could see what I see when I look in this audience at everybody. And I've been attending these events for years. I used to have the cheap seats at Gracie, trying to elbow my way in and whatnot, get on the list. And things have changed. But one thing never changes with this breakfast is the roll call. So by branch, we're going to call out folks and just see folks make some noise. So I want to start out with my friends in the Army. Where you at? Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it. All right. Next up, founded, August 4th, 1790 as a revenue cutter service. Coast Guard, where you at? Coast Guard, come on. Y'all gonna make noise? Come on, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right, coming up, Navy. Where are you? Our Navy. Oh, goodness, y'all gonna bring it. You bringing it, okay? Oh, no. Okay. And then those men and women who celebrated a 246th birthday yesterday, the United States Marines. Where you at, Marines? Where you at? Give it up. Come on. All right. And we saved, since they're the host, y'all the featured branch, we saved Air Force for last. Y'all better make some noise. Air Force. United States Air Force. Holla. And y'all, the Space Forces, right now, we're honoring them in tandem with the Air Force right now. Somebody's calling out Space Force. We hadn't forgotten, but so y'all know, so y'all that too, yeah. And I said it was a larger event. The size of this event has gone up by a couple hundred people, for those who've been in the past, if you really look around. And it's gone up because we've had an increased number of veteran allies who are here. And so the roll call will continue. I got a few different things where if you're in this tribe, I need you to make noise. If you work for a nonprofit, I need you to scream right now. If you work for a nonprofit, okay. Now, for all of my, I don't want to say hustlers, but those who work for the for-profit side, be it as an entrepreneur, be it as a mom and pop, be it a corporation, a startup, if you are on the for-profit side of the house, make some noise, scream. Y'all, you hire our people, y'all make some noise, let them know. And then, you know, this better be the loudest one. And if you only have the military identity, I'm not speaking to you, but anyone else who works in government, city, state, federal, town, village, county, whatever. If you work in government, I need you to holler right now. Where you at? Come on, hit it, hit it. Yep. Yo, that's basically the speech, everybody. You know, the fact is, we can't do this alone. When we talk about accomplishing this mission of empowering our veterans, we have to work together. This is an old trick. Some folks have seen it. Y'all know Genghis Khan did this about 800 years ago. Emperor of the Mongol Empire, you know, formerly known as Temujin. They wouldn't let me bring in arrows, by the way. The cops and the folks with the mayor's detail, they weren't down with bringing arrows, so I had to use these bamboo sticks to make the point. You know? If it's just me trying to go out here and do things to be right by these veterans, can't do it. If it's just you, and it's 100 in this thing, so we can keep going. If it's just you trying to do things to be right by our veterans, you can't do it. If it's all, and I'm gonna give you benefit of the doubt this time too, let's say it's all 6 services together. I got to count. That's 4, that's 5, that's 6. So if it's the Army, if it's the Navy, if it's the Air Force, if it's the Marines, if it's the Space Force, if it's the Coast Guard, you put it all together. If it's just us, y'all know what's going to happen right now, right? We can't do it. But if we do it all together, if we bring everybody in, and I'm not just talking about services, y'all, I'm not counting them, I'm just grabbing these. I'm not just talking about the services, I'm also talking about the nonprofits. I'm not just talking about the nonprofits, I'm talking about the for-profits, I'm talking about the government folks, I'm talking about people in academia, in finance, in industry, in entrepreneurship, you know, et cetera. Keep going and going. And I'm talking about folks who deal with housing, health care, benefits, culture, education, employment. I'm talking about, y'all, I'm emptying this bag, so if you haven't noticed, family, friends, volunteers, the faith community, economic development community. I could keep going on and on. If we all come together, and I worked out yesterday, so I'm going to try to get this as hard as I can. I'm going to try. I'm going to legit try. If we all come together, let me get some more. A lot of people here. I told you, I'm going to try. You get the point. So we using displays with this one, y'all. If we all come together, it can't break. It can't be stopped. That's what this is about today. And the other piece of this, remember, they wouldn't let me bring it in, but I would have brought arrows to try to make the point. But think about these as arrows all going in the same direction, all trying to hit a bullseye. And that bullseye is veteran empowerment. That bullseye is helping those who put this uniform on, who worn it in the past, to wear it now, and who will wear it later, and those who love them, to make sure they're going to be okay. So think about us coming together, not just, okay, I'm in the tribe, but also we're all marching the same beat to accomplish a common goal. Does that make sense, everybody? And so my challenge to you, to all of you, wherever you are, wherever you sit, whichever, one of these identities you wear, Honorable Chairman Rangel, about, 91 years old? I had a friend, 91 years old and going. You gotta, give a round for that, y'all. Give a round for that. I had a friend email me today, I don't know if he's here, but he was bringing his 9-year-old son in attendance. So you got the whole spectrum age-wise. You got the whole spectrum identity-wise. You got the whole spectrum service-wise. Do what you can to help, any way you can, large and small. Handle your business and hustle to help us hit that bullseye that is helping our veterans and those who love them. Does that make sense, everybody? Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the public service announcement go, I'd be wrong if I didn't say it, If you don't know where to start that journey, like how can I help, what can I do to get into this? Or if you are in this tribe and if you hear my voice, you in the tribe, we're going to claim you. If you need anything, do not hesitate to reach out to us at the New York City Department of Veterans Services. The phone number is 212-416-5250. It's 212-416-5250. The email address is connect@veterans.nyc.gov. It is connect@veterans.nyc.gov. On social media, the handle is @NYC Veterans. The handle is @NYC Veterans. And the website, y'all, it is nyc.gov/vets, nyc.gov/vets. And so, there's so much more I'd love to say, but the biggest thing I just want to end you with is thank you so much for your service. To all who've worn the uniform, to those who've loved them. And, we talk about how much it means to protect this American experiment. This is the first time in the 6 million years of human existence that we have tried to have a multiracial, multi-ethnic, and gender-respective democracy. And any man or woman who will serve, protect, and defend that, who will fight, who will kill, who will die for it, needs to be honored. So let's give another round for those who have served and worn this uniform and thank them, y'all. And then to end it with a quote, I was at the Intrepid last night. I watched Prince Harry, Afghan war veteran and Duke of Sussex, present awards on the Intrepid to veterans and family members dealing with invisible wounds of war. He said, "Service isn't loud. Service is what happens in the quiet when people aren't looking." And so whatever you do, whatever you have, I just ask you to work with us, hit this bullseye, and serve. God bless you. God bless the city of New York, and God bless America. Thank you so much, y'all. Yeah. All right. Now, are you ready for the rest of this wonderful program? Are y'all ready? All right, let's go get it. And now I'd like to introduce the Honorable City Council Member Eric Dinowitz. As chairman of the Veterans Committee, Councilmember Dinowitz is a ferocious advocate for veterans and their families. He brings the same passion to protecting veterans as he did advocating for students. As a special education teacher, worked for the Department of Education, teaching special education for over 10 years, y'all. Councilmember Dinowitz represents District 11 in the Bronx, my district, where he was raised. Ladies and gentlemen, Councilmember Eric Dinowitz. Yep. All right. It's okay. Just want to acknowledge in his absence, y'all. So next, let's move it on and talk about someone who is here right now. And we just want to, I didn't mean to say it in that way. I'm humbled and honored to introduce General Charles Quentin Brown. Remember, the Air Force's featured branch, we got General Brown here, and General Brown is the Chief of Staff for the Air Force, where he serves as senior uniformed officer responsible for ensuring that the 689,000 active duty, Guard, Reserve, and civilian forces serving the United States are trained and equipped. He's also a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, serving as military advisor to the Secretary of Defense, National Security Council, and the President. Before that, he was an aide-de-camp to the Chief of Staff of the Air Force and Deputy Commander for U.S. Central Command. He has commanded a fighter squadron, U.S. Air Force Weapons School, and 2 fighter wings. And that's only part of his biography. You can read between the lines and only imagine the things he has done in quiet and in public to break barriers to be where he is right now. He has served and protected our nation as a member of the Air Force since 1984. General Brown is the ideal of what service can be. And we're happy to have him speak with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General C.Q. Brown. Thank you so much.
James actually did an outstanding job getting you all fired up this morning. I want to say, first of all, thank you to all who are here today, to all our elected officials, all our distinguished visitors, and the long list of those that James did recognize today. It is so nice to get together and to celebrate our veterans. And I understand that we haven't been able to do this for a number of years due to COVID, but to come together with this large turnout, it's quite impressive, and I'm so honored for all of you to be here. It's a privilege for me to be here and to help represent the 19 million veterans who have served or that are still serving. I want to thank James Hendon and really think about the Department of Veterans Services and the work that they've done here in New York City, but to also bring this together and being really one of the only cities that have an agency like this that's focused on veterans affairs and supporting their families. So can we give the Department of Veterans Services a round of applause? And just as importantly, I want to thank those who have served, those that are still serving, along with their friends and families for dedicating their lives to our great nation. You know, President Truman once said, "Our debt to the heroic men and valiant women in service of our country can never be repaid. They have earned our undying gratitude." So today, please take an opportunity to express that gratitude. You have many members here in uniform that you can come to and say thank you. There are those that are wearing regalia that shows that they served. You can come and tell them thank you. And you can also tell the family members thank you. We want to honor the veteran service the service to our nation, service to our communities, and service to our friends and families. Serving is one of the most noble things one can aspire to do, and our veterans have dedicated their lives to serving. They fight for freedom, democracy, and the American way of life. But not every service member who serves returns home. Those who make the ultimate sacrifice leave behind parents, siblings, spouses, children. For me personally, celebrating this year's Veterans Day in New York City is a reminder of the daily fight to protect our nation, the American people, and the ideas set forth in our Constitution. This Veterans Day is somewhat personal. Just 2 months ago, we remembered the 20th anniversary of 9/11 and the 2,977 American lives lost on that during those horrific attacks. We also remember the 6,849 service members who paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving in the Middle East since 9/11 shook our nation, this city, and the lives of our service members. But in its wake rose a resilient and united nation, united city, and a military who together can conquer any challenge. So today, let's connect with one another and celebrate our veterans. Let's pay respect to the courage it took for them to answer our nation's call to serve. Thank you, and God bless.
Another round of applause, y'all, for General Brown, everyone. General Charles T. Brown, Chief of Staff, Air Force. Yep. All right. Hey, it's the mayor's breakfast. Are you all ready to hear from the mayor? Y'all ready? All right. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 109th mayor of the city of New York, my boss, the Honorable Bill de Blasio, neighboring 5 years ago. Yep. Mayor de Blasio, with overwhelming bipartisan city council support, no one voted against this, created the New York City Department of Veteran Services, making New York City the first and only city in the nation with its own cabinet-level department to assist veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for Mayor Bill de Blasio. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, Commissioner, don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. I need to say something. Everybody, I just want to give everyone advice this morning. We should all eat for breakfast what the Commissioner eats for breakfast, whatever it is. This man is all energy, all passion, all spirit. Let's thank him for what he does for New York City and for veterans everywhere. Thank you. Also, tremendous use of visual aids during his presentation. So, first of all, we are blessed to be in good company, all of us. You look around this room, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good about this country, it makes you feel good about this city. There are a lot of challenges, and in some ways it has become a little too fashionable to talk about our divisions. I look around the room right now, I don't see any divisions. I don't see any negativity. I don't see people who can't work together or find a common bond. In fact, I see a room full of Americans of every background, every walk of life, who are here in common cause. Look around for a moment. Look around. Feel a little inspired by the presence of good people. And my advice to everyone is, if you want to live a more positive, happy life, just don't turn on the television news, don't pick up a newspaper. And I mean that facetiously in one way, but I don't in another way. I mean to say, look at the goodness of the people, because we forget it sometimes, but I'm inspired right now. So I ask you to do a simple thing as we gather this morning. Look around you, give your neighbor a round of applause. I want to thank all my colleagues in elective office who are here, who I know share an intense commitment to our veterans. I want to thank our Lieutenant Governor, who is making us proud every day and is working so hard for the people of this state. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. I want to thank someone. I had the honor of working for this man some years ago, and he always said after his heroic service in the Korean War, in which he had many a really tough moment, that after that, he never had a bad day after that. And he went on to serve this city and this nation with tremendous distinction. Let's thank Congressmember Charlie Rangel for all he has done for us. And General Brown, our country thanks you. We thank you for your leadership. We are in good hands with you leading the Air Force. And I'll tell you something. These last couple of years with COVID, I don't think people have fully recognized how much the United States military helped hold us all together. Our nation was in tremendous doubt, pain, confusion, fear, but the military was always there. And we saw it firsthand here when the Comfort steamed into New York Harbor. We saw it when members of all the branches with medical expertise came to our hospitals and helped to relieve our healthcare heroes. We saw in this city the military arrive when we needed them, and it was one of the things that allowed us to see our way through. So again, in a time of many challenges, the armed forces continue to be one of the things that people across the board can respect and believe in. So I want to ask you to salute also anyone in this room who was part of the effort to fight COVID, to save lives, who was there for us in our hour of need. Let's just give a round of applause to everyone who was here for us. Now, in my family, we have a special reverence for the military. I will tell you that Shirlane's dad, in his professional life, after he served in the military, in his professional life, he served as a civilian employee at Westover Air Force Base in Massachusetts. Anyone been through Westover over the years? Few of you, yep. But the distinction I feel very proud of in my family, Shirlane and I are both children of the World War II generation. Both our dads served in the Army in World War II, and both our moms served as well. Shirlane's mom at the Springfield Armory, my mom at the Office of War Information right here in New York City. 4 parents, all involved in the war effort, all of whom told us it was our duty to serve our nation in whatever way we could. And we carried that with us. And we carried a reverence for all of you who serve or have served. And we also saw the challenges and the pain. My dad came back. He was in one of the last days of the Battle of Okinawa. He had crisscrossed the Pacific in the Army, landing after landing, came through, survived, and one of the last days of the Battle of Okinawa was hit by a Japanese grenade and lost half his leg. Came back, and every day thereafter, the war continued for him. Every day thereafter, he felt the physical pain, and I tell you honestly, he felt the emotional pain, and he struggled. So someone said to me once, some years ago, World War II never ended for our family, and it was true. And it made me feel that when we think of veterans, we can't be halfway about it. And let's face it, we're all mature adults in this room. We know for too many years there were ceremonies for veterans without service to veterans. There were good words without good actions. Well, I saw with my own eyes that every veteran, whether they served in combat or not, they deserve our support deeply. And the needs are deep and the needs are real. When we created our Department of Veterans Services, we did it honestly because not enough was being done. We did it honestly because although we honor and respect everything the federal government does for our veterans, we all know it's not enough. So we set ourselves to ending a scourge, something that literally should be impossible. The notion of veteran homelessness should be an impossibility in a society that honors those who serve. That battle's not over, but I'll tell you something. Through the extraordinary efforts of so many people in this room, we have reduced homelessness among veterans deeply. We need to get it to zero. We need to get it to zero. We need every veteran to have a home. We owe every veteran a home. We need to get veterans the help they need, including when it takes an honesty and openness that hasn't always been part of our society in general. My wife, Charlene, has led the way destigmatizing the challenges of mental health. And I always say it's part of the human condition. If you broke your leg, if you had the flu, you wouldn't feel embarrassed about it. No one should be embarrassed that we have a human reality sometimes that's a mental health challenge. Our vets deserve support, physical health and mental health support. And lastly, our vets deserve the thing that I think always shows respect is when you invest in someone. I'll tell you something. I've hired a lot of veterans over the years, and I've never been disappointed. So I always say to people, you want to support veterans? Hire them. Hire them. Give them a job. Give them opportunity. You will get a great, great outcome for everyone. And that's why New York City is launching something great today. First in the nation employment tool to connect veterans to the jobs they deserve. And again, every employer out there, you will be very happy you made this choice. This new initiative is called Vet Connect Pro. It is going to help veterans get the support they deserve and the opportunity they deserve, but it's going to help workplaces to be better. I'll tell you something. Even among our uniformed services in this city, so legendary, our fire department, our police department, everything in this city that is known and respected all over the world, you can always tell the members who served in the military first. There's a little extra discipline. There's a little extra focus. They know how to salute right. You can always tell. And they bring to everyone else a leadership and example that makes everyone better. So I like that. You got the salute thing. Okay. So as I conclude, I want to say this. And it's a little bit cheesy, but I think it's true. So we have a day when we honor veterans. That's right. That focuses our energies, that focuses our attention. It's a day to celebrate, appreciate. It's a day to remember. But it should just be the starting gun for the whole year of the things we do to help our veterans. There's a beautiful, beautiful message General Eisenhower gave troops on the eve of D-Day. And you hear it, you think about those going into battle, one of the greatest battles of human history that changed the course of literally all our lives right here and everyone alive on the planet today. That battle, that momentous moment, he said to the troops, "The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you." To every veteran in this room, to every veteran in this city, to every veteran in this country, we march with you. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Thanks so much. Oh, no, thank you. Another round of applause for the mayor, everyone. All right. That concludes our program for today. You don't have to go home, and you don't have to get out of here. so please feel free to stay. Keep mixing, keep mingling. We've got the place for another half hour or so, so continue to just do what you do. And I look forward to seeing you on the parade route. Just to put it out there for those who don't know, the Veterans Day Parade starts near Madison Square Park at 5th Avenue and 25th Street. It's going to go up to 45th Street and 5th Avenue from 12:30 to roughly 3:30. So join us and enjoy this Veterans Day Parade. And once again, everyone, happy, happy Veterans Day. You all have a good one. Thank you so much. All right. Have a day, man. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave this for you, okay?
All right, wait, hold on, everybody. Wait, hold on. Whoa, I got an announcement. I think this is one of the most important announcements for this event. Everybody, you like gifts, right? Yeah, do you like gifts? Well, please, the same way you came in is the same way you're gonna go out. We have goodie bags for you at the back table. Make sure you grab one.